Okay guys, in this video I'll show you and teach you some basic and very advanced skills on working with the excavators. So this is a 2-ton excavator, but they all operate similar. The biggest excavator I have worked on is 9 tons, and in this video I'll show you also the basic difference between those sizes of excavators, but they are not that strict changes, as don't expect dramatic changes. So right here you can see, I'll turn the gas down a little bit, you can see left one, right or left, it basically spins the cabin all around and it goes forwards and backwards. And this joystick closes the bucket, opens the bucket, and also lifts it upwards and downwards. So it's pretty easy, but normally people tend to try to dig something, they eventually cause many mistakes, accidentally turn it the opposite direction, and so on and so forth. So anyways, we have a leveling bucket, which is pretty wide. It's a little bit harder to dig with it, but it covers bigger areas. I always use this because I like it, because with this you can also turn it left and right like this, so you can make leveled surfaces, which is pretty handy. I think if you dig some kind of rocks or something, maybe you need a different bucket, it will be more suitable, but doing the things I do here, this one is pretty nice. So, and below we have pedals on my feet. Left is for the left caterpillar and right is for the right ones. They go forwards and backwards. You can also do it by hands, but I don't do this, especially on this excavator anymore, because I'm pretty used to it. So now that we have set the operation manuals, now you notice that right down there, there is, you can see it on the left screen, there is this, let's call it elbow or shovel, which can be used either to increase the grip when you're digging or to push things forward. So eventually, if you have a leveling bucket like I have, this one only serves as a like, I would say, a balance or a grip tool that allows the excavator to become more stable, but other times it also just helps to, like I'm doing here, to push the soil a little bit forward. So now we are stuck in a situation where there's lots of bushes around us. We don't want to break any hydraulic hose. I have broke them many times. I don't want to do it again, especially also mirrors. But let's go and do some shoveling. Let's dig this pile of black soil and move it a little bit to the right. So there is a big tree stud here. It's not moving. I don't have the power to move it. This excavator doesn't have it. So let's dig it around. Let's move the bucket a little bit to the right, and then let's start scratching the sides off until we feel the stud roots. And also we need to lower down this soil here. So as you can see by my hands, left hand moves to the left, right hand moves the bucket down, left hand moves the bucket towards myself, and right hand closes the bucket, and then we have some soil in it. So beginners, what they do always at start, like I did, is we cannot take the full bucket. We do something like this, and then we take off and the bucket is empty, right? So it's really hard actually in the beginning to manage to grab it and get as a full bucket, like partially full, what I have right here. So what it means is, the more skillful you are, the more faster you will dig, and the more efficiency you will get out from your work. So that's the skill number one, trying to get full bucket and work as efficient as you can. So the next thing is, what normally you should consider is that this is a small excavator. It cannot drop the soil down very, very far. So what beginners always also do in the beginning, like I did myself, I was delivering the soil very, very close. Like I will drop it right here, and then eventually I have a huge pile of soil that I need to move one more time. So how to avoid this is you come, let's say, as far as you can get the soil. In this excavator, well, maybe that the maximum is this far, and you just grab it and you just throw it as far as you can on the other side. Like here we have already maybe 6 meters of distance we covered instead of the 3 meters which I did before. I'll show you a trick how I level the soil. Put the bucket down, level it, and just go slowly backwards and just adjust the height and the level and keep on driving. Okay, we are stuck, something like a stud is behind us, we cannot go backwards anymore, but you just pull it towards yourself, slowly keeping the level, keeping the bucket level. Okay, let's go back, there's some kind of stud underneath us. Root or stud, who knows how it's called. You got the point. Now let's level this small part right here also, level the bucket, angle it a little bit. So the next thing is that the leveling itself is much more quality if the bucket is raised forward and with a little force gently pushed downwards. Not with this one right here, but with the bucket in front. What it does is it creates a small level, and you have to feel whether you are lifting upwards or downwards, and you can adjust the joystick bucket up and down, and you will have eventually a pretty smooth leveling. Not with the first move, but eventually you will have them pretty smooth. As you can see in the video right now, it's flattened, but it's not very smooth because there's some rocks and studs underneath it. But anyways, leveling soil is pretty easy. It's in my case, I find it to be very easy using this bucket. So right now you can see it's also leveled down. We need to level it to the rightward. So horizontally speaking, the bucket is like this. We need to move it like that. So I move it a little bit to the right, and you can see it starts floating. And some excavators have this floating bucket function. This one also has in the screen, but I don't know how to turn it on. I didn't actually check the manual. But anyways, I don't need it. So if I would definitely need it, I will check it. So what it means is it will automatically float, saving you time and effort. But if you're pretty good at it, you don't actually need it. Or if you want to do something customized. And the thing is, what also many people in the beginning do is they, when they try to level things, they push the bucket very strongly down. But the thing is, you need it gently. It will give you much better leveling at the end. Like here, right? I see there's a little bit hill up here compared to the grave down there. So what I'll do is go forward. I find where is the beginning. I cut the bucket really inside the soil and just gently go backwards, pull the bucket to myself, and just throw it softly there. And then go forward with the leveling feature, not the feature, but the leveling thing. There was a rock under my caterpillar, but anyways, after several times you'll get it pretty straight. So let's keep digging out the stud. Now, this excavator doesn't have it, but other excavators have it more sensible. So for example, if I take a full bucket and move it to the left, there is less balance on the left side because the excavator is narrow and wide. Narrow and not tall, but wide. So what it means is we have more stability and more power if we dig from the front, but we have it less if we dig from the side. So what happens is either you can fall if you put a full bucket and that far away from the center point of gravity, And the next thing is very important is that now the left caterpillar has more grip than the right one. So when you were going backwards, you keep in mind that the left one will be the guiding caterpillar, which will give you this steering force, and the right one will not. So what it means is also, what you need to consider is that if you're going in a very dangerous surface, you can actually, or let's say muddy, or next to a hill, that you can actually adjust the traction between the caterpillars, so to not fall, or to have grip, or not to get stuck. Depending on the situation, you just need to figure out whether the soil there or the danger there is sufficient, that we need to adjust the weight on the left or the right caterpillar, well, judging by the situation. So what it means is also, if we, okay, there's a root, or yeah, there's a root. What it means is also, if we have a huge amount of weight in front of us, let's say, now we turn to back, that means that the end points of the caterpillars will be sticking to the ground really tightly. And if the soil is very soft, what will happen is the caterpillars will not move forward, but they will cut inside the soil. So what you can do is you can put the bucket so it's scratching downwards, so it lifts a little bit upwards the caterpillars, and you will see it will go much freer through soft soils without slipping or drifting. So that's another thing you should need to keep in mind, is that balancing the weight with the bucket, or with the adjusting weights in the bucket. So the bucket itself is a lot of weight actually, so or the arm itself is a lot of weight, so you can use it to balance or counterbalance it also. So I will tell you a story. One time I fell into a trench that I was digging. So I was digging, and I fell in the trench. I wasn't that used to cut these excavators that much. So for example, imagine that right here I'm digging a narrow trench, very close to my caterpillars. So the thing is, if I'm digging very far and I'm holding bucket very far from here, I add very much weight on the left caterpillar, which is very close to the trench. So you keep in mind, either you keep the arm that it's ready to fall down, and you will lift yourself with the arm. You're ready to fall, but you know that you don't want to fall in. You want to just lift yourself up, and in case if it falls, you can go forward with like this also. Move the arm left, and use only the right caterpillar. You can go pretty easily forward like this, so you will not fall in. So you need to get ready, or you throw everything on the right side, reducing the weight on the left caterpillar, so you don't actually fall in. So you need to see that, you need to feel that when you are doing the work. So this eventually covers up the most important things before you do the excavation stuff. Let's just watch me work, and I'll show you. And you can write questions and comments also if you wish. I will answer them. Yeah, so the difference between excavator sizes. So you know the amount of work you need to do, or the size of the work you need to do. Let's say you're digging a pond, or you need to dig a cable somewhere, or you need to dig a trench somewhere. You need to ask, maybe the company will supply you with the most, let's say, suitable for this job. But if you're digging in open fields, nearly like I'm doing right here now, everything around me is open, and you want to make a smooth surface afterwards, you need a much larger equipment, and you know it will be more expensive to deliver and more expensive to rent and to use, but it will do the job much more faster. I took this small excavator for this job because it's not much job to do here, just maybe 600 square meters, maybe 1,000 square meters leveling, and I can pick up the excavator myself. If I would be from the absolute first day, when I need to level out this entire territory, I will just ask for the maximum size excavator with the planing, so that I can do all the job maybe in a couple of days, not like months maybe with this small excavator. So it will pay you off. It will be much easier for you. The thing is just bigger excavators cost more to deliver. They eat a lot more fuel, proportionally more, but they do a lot more work. They will do the thing in one day with this excavator that it does in maybe 7 days, because the bucket is much larger, the area it covers is much vaster, and the soil with one turn can be dropped much further, not like here 6 meters or something. There maybe 20 or 30 meters. So now we're talking about the sizes. All excavators, look, I nearly fell forward, but I don't mind falling forward because the bucket is holding me. All excavators are proportionally the same. The only characteristics they have is basically the bucket setup and tracks, either they're rubber or metal. The rubbers have more traction, and the wide of the tracks, whether they are designed for ultra soft surfaces or designed for tarmac or designed for, let's say, like mining, for mining. That's the only difference, I guess. And there may be other details, but eventually they all are proportionally same. The only thing that changes is their scale. Either they're 5 ton and 5 times bigger than 1 ton and do 5 times more job. Either they're 25 tons and they're again another 5 times bigger than the 5 tons. So does then a 5 times larger bucket, does then a 5 times larger work capacity that it can do, and 5 times greater efficiency, and 5 times greater fuel consumption. And thus then the same one operator can do 5 times more work as 5 times more work as the same operator working 5 days in a row. So another stud, let's deliver it to the root studs, the location. And while I'm driving, I'll be leveling the soil also. So just one trip, delivering and leveling. Just that I don't see where should I go. So yeah, so what you can do with an excavator this size, you can dig trenches, you can do stuff like I'm doing right here, or fundaments for a house, maybe dig a sewer well. But the thing is, if you're doing concrete sewer wells, it will have difficulty lifting it because the well size is sometimes 1.5 meters diameter. Maybe this can lift up 3 meters plus ropes, plus you need distance to put it down. It'll be very challenging. Digging and making wells, 5-ton excavators is more efficient also than this one. So this one is very suitable for small works or small garden works, small trenches, cable trenches. I dig with this nearly 1 kilometer of trench without any problems, but just for large trenches, different equipment is more suitable for trench digging, because with this one you need to, it's a lot of work to digging, you just get tired of it. Being an excavator worker is being like in a prison cell, noisy prison cell all the time. And you just get really tired from it. And you look older also. So why do you want to do it? Just buy or get the most suitable equipment you have, or rent it. Renting is much cheaper than buying. Fixing these equipments is very expensive. They're basically just few components, and when they break, like few important components, and when they break, they cost a lot. So maintaining it and having it is also not the best thing you can do. I think what pays off is just buy a new one and rent it to trustable persons, and it's pretty okay. If they break something, warranty fixes it. And there's a huge stud. So we are stuck on the stud. Lower the bucket, push it forwards and simultaneously go backwards. No, not in a hurry, just do it. There's some more studs we deliver back to the... I just leave it for now. We need to make a small fireplace when this all is leveled. And just put the fire, put the roots there in a single spot. So yeah, right now I'm leveling, going forward. I don't expect it to be the absolute finish because I'll go forward and backwards many times, but however, do the leveling, don't do empty drives forward and backwards. This stud is already rotten. It's just on the top, maybe normal. As you can see, the excavator is shaking because the left front arm is not lowered. I will lower it and it will become much more stable. And the thing is, the bigger the excavator, the more stable it becomes. So it's silent it is. Well, maybe depending on the brand also, but it's more comfortable to work with. Oh, it's a big stud. It's more comfortable to work with larger excavators. And there's another thing. You feel the job finished. You have like some kind of a pleasure that you're not like messing around with small things. You see the finished job and you get satisfied. We are falling forward because it's a very heavy stud. So I lowered the bucket down. We have a little balance, but it will just be rolling and grabbing it like this, going backwards and simultaneously rolling it. Because I don't see any other ways right now. But with the bigger excavator, there will be no problem just lifting up with the bucket. It fits in the bucket and you just deliver it where do you need it. And easy cheesy. So keeping in mind, either you break this with this same excavator in multiple pieces, or you just take one bucket, one stud, and the job is done. I'll put a fireplace down there where there's full with these studs. Need to look backwards where I'm going so I don't hit a tree. Oh yeah, we need to turn around. I'll show you a couple of tricks how you can turn around right now. Let's just dump it. So, one of those tricks is, but it's a quicker turnaround, but it damages the soil. So do it only where you are not afraid to damage the soil. You want to turn around, just put the bucket downwards. Turn the bucket left, and the left caterpillar to move forward, right caterpillar backward. Then you will make a round turn, lower it down, and just keep driving. So with this you can turn around pretty. It's not like a super necessary thing to do, but sometimes I want to do a quick turn, then I do it. I don't care. Let's get back, and while we're going back, let's do leveling also. Ah, yeah, and really important thing which you need to consider. These excavators can fall to the side very fast. Even myself, I would not say I have worked a lot on excavators, but I'm pretty used to them. Even I get mistakes. For example, like right now, I'm digging a trench. Right now, it's pretty not dangerous. But sometimes when I'm doing, the excavator shakes and I accidentally push on the pedals. And the excavator starts moving forward, and it can easily then trigger, let's say, a rollover or fall in a trench. It can be easily triggered. So sometimes when you're doing like let's say a sketchy work, when there's lots of dangers involved, work very safely. Pay attention to what you're doing. Maybe use your hands just to avoid the danger of falling over or down a cliff or into a trench, because they can, like I'm right now digging with an open screen because I like fresh air. You can actually fall out of while the excavator is falling, you can accidentally fall out yourself, and the excavator can fall on you, and that's no joke. So either you fasten your seat belts or be very cautious. Be very let's say alerted on to avoid any falls and failovers. So in just 3 days I'm already, no, in 2 days, 9 hours on it. Not working much, but going forward. We are going forward. Yeah, I thought there just stood another root. The root cause of all problems. Yeah, and speaking of difficult things what to do, right here we have lots of dark soil, the black soil, but if we dig a little bit deeper, we will have clay. Let's call it just clay. And clay, and especially wet clay, is difficult. And another thing about clay is it's very difficult to clean the excavator afterwards, because it's fully stuck with the clay. Don't fall in. I'll catch you, my root. Because the clay is, when it's wet, it's very sticky and muddy. You can drown it easily, the excavator in it, and it gets everywhere. The excavator is completely dirty and etc. And it's very hard to level clay when it's wet. Now we have a really nice black soil that we could actually level, besides the rocks and roots that we have in there. But it's really easy to make a level thing. Working on clays, especially wet clays, is very difficult. And when they are dry, they don't level because they're very stiff, and the material, the clay is very hard, and you need a very heavy excavator to level a very hard clay. Right now I'm just pulling backwards lots of soil because I don't want to lift it and throw it away. I'm just pushing it to myself. For me that's a little bit faster and more convenient and comfortable. Just don't drive off a cliff or into a ditch. And also when I'm pulling backwards, I'm doing a little leveling. Like this. Oops, that was a mistake. So yes, I think I covered most of the things which I wanted to share in this video. But we need to level everything until that yellow post right there. Maybe you don't see it, but there's a small yellow post. We need to clean this up. When I'm dropping the black soil, I try to shake it and take it like it's very not chunky, so that it's let's say small bits, because then I can more easier level it. Because if you throw down one huge chunk, and then you have difficulties leveling, you need to break it into pieces and then level it. So chunking it into small chunks is a nice idea. Save you time. Now I take it and turn it because I want to dig away that what was it? The root cause of all these problems. Yeah, if I would have the money at first day and I would know what I want to make here, I would just took one large excavator and do entire work. I'll put it, need to turn a little bit, and it will be much faster, easier for me and more convenient for me to do all this with one big excavator. I even one time checked the bucket sizes. It was from 5 ton to 9 ton. The bucket is twice as larger, and from 5 to 12 ton it was nearly again twice as larger. So what it means is if you just decide to take 3 tons more, the bucket is nearly 30% more in size, so you can do 30% more, maybe even 50% more of the work. Okay, I'll keep quiet for a moment. I think I talk too much. At first I thought, why do you need this bucket, this wide bucket? Because you can also dig with a small bucket. Yes. Now I am thinking, how could I even work without the wide bucket? I had my excavator myself. I sold it because it was too expensive to maintain it. Let's level this a little bit later. Empty bucket, falling forward, release the sticks, the joysticks, lower the elbow, shuffle, or how do you prefer to call it? Another thing we will dig in the clay is the soil gets stuck in the bucket. So especially wet ones, you need to clean the bucket and shake it out nearly every time, and that reduces a lot of time. So easily, well, tailing is working in clays is a huge downtime. It's very, very difficult, takes a lot of time. It's maybe twice as slower. Some kind of a ditch there. So let's help them from this side. I think we did help it a little bit. Another route. Throw it into the ditch. Another route. Now I'm throwing it on the back of my excavator. Because I will level it while going backwards. I'll show you how. Just don't put too much, because then it will not level very smoothly. Okay, some little clay in the bucket now. Let's throw it somewhere there. Okay, go backwards. Let's take this one off as well. And then we'll take the stud and put it away. So anyway, I'll throw it as far as I can. Okay, now I'll put the bucket down, as I did before, and just start driving. There's a rock, so it bothers me going straight line, but I will go one more time. Then this side. Just go backwards. As you can see, the rocks pretty much do the border all the leveling. I'll just throw it away. We don't need any rocks. Some more soil to take. Okay, let's try it. And let's go it backwards. Let's level going backwards would be correctly. Just don't fall in a ditch. Okay, I cannot go there backwards anymore because there is some kind of there's a different territory there that I don't need to go there also. Let's just check the stud. Yeah, it's pretty loose. Yeah, there's some kind of roots behind me, so I cannot level there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So we'll do it from the different side, but first things first, this stud has got to go. Let's just throw it where the all branches are. There's big ditches here. I don't know. Somebody has made huge ditches. Maybe better for the forest, who knows, but not me to judge. Okay, now let's level this territory a little bit. This part of the land. How can we do it much better? I'll just by going backwards. So angle the bucket straight as you can, or how you can. I'll put a little bit to the left, put it downwards, and the fine soil, as you can see, is leveling pretty nicely. Push the bucket down, take it a little bit upwards. Okay, let's go forward. I will not do plenty of leveling right now, because definitely there will be some other jobs to do, and I will just destroy my work here. I will just do quick levelings. And once I know all jobs are completely finished, then I will do the final leveling. Oh yeah, and how much do excavators consume fuel? Well, if I work like this for 8 hours, it will maybe eat 20 liters of diesel. There's a saying that 1 ton excavator consumes 1 liter. So yeah, maybe if you're doing some heavy load stuff like pushing soil and lifting something very, very, very heavy all the time, full loaded, of course it would eat more, but in other words, you will only notice the big excavators when they eat 22 liters an hour. These small ones don't eat much. Those big excavators, they can consume up to 300 liters a day. Depends on how much you work and what do you do, but this one maybe 20 liters a day, because it's 10 times less in weight. Okay, so now I need to level the bushes down. I don't think I'll do any rocket science, I will just go in them. But I will push the bucket a little bit to the left, because right here I have a mirror. I don't want the bushes to break the mirror. Yes, they see me rolling. Oh, hit something. Don't do this at home, because in one sense these excavators, this is very damaging for the excavators. I think going forward is much safer, because we have the arm below that help us not to crash somewhere. Here we are. Let's put the gas up. I like to shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. There is no goal that we need to do anymore, because we just need to level out so we can see how much territory here is usable and how much is not. We hit something. If I put the bucket closer to me, means that the weight will be centered and the tracks will have more grip. So I'm only using the lower arm to level, to clear or level. So nothing too difficult. Yes, we hit something. Well, another stud. When there is too much power, you can accidentally cause it to move very, very fast and cause unnecessary shakes. So you have to be you have to work with sensitivity. Full, it stood another root there. Hill climb racing. Sometimes when I work like this, I think to myself, is this really worth? Is this what existence has offered me? Or is this the absolute best what existence has offered me? And why am I doing this? Yeah, with a bigger excavator, these bushes would not be any problem. Just go over them without any shaking. Well, we are still going over them, but shake your booty. Let's dig a little bit. This is what happens when you have lots of gas. It starts lifting you. So adjusting gas or be very prepared for huge moves is important. Or go a little bit closer. Then it has a smaller leverage. Okay. Attack from both sides. And this is the part I don't like. Shaking because there's something very big and I don't see it. Let's chunk it by smaller times. Ah, okay, there's a big root under. Come out, come out. Here we go again, here we go again. Woo! As you can see, trees are very, very strong material. It's not the easiest to deal with. good. Okay guys, hope you had some idea how it is to be an excavator driver. Hope you enjoyed it.